Many of the world's poorest people live in and around cultural heritages that are important to humanity. Joining us now to tell us about the Sustainable Preservation Initiative is Executive Director Larry Coben. Thank you, Larry, for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Yes, it's great to have you here. Okay, so tell us a little bit about Build Future, Save a Past slogan.
Sure. I'm an archaeologist, and I get to work in all these incredible places, and a lot of the great places are being destroyed, and they're also located where communities are poor. And we've discovered if people can earn money from their archaeological sites by not destroying them, then they'll do that, and that will let them build their futures, but it also lets them save their past. So that's really the basis of the slogan, is to turn these things into drivers of alleviating poverty and helping create women entrepreneurs to better lives and also to save their past. It's really been terrific.
So what sorts of skills are you teaching people in the countries that you work in right now?
We're teaching two kinds of skills. One is basic business skills, which is, these folks are lacking. They're plenty smart, but with no training, how do you build a business and keep it going, especially once the archaeologist or somebody is gone? So we have a kind of a mini business school. And the second thing is we take the skills that they have and help convert them into commercial type products, be they ceramic replicas like this one or textiles like these. We try to take these products and people can sell them both at the sites and also at stores and museums around the country.
Oh, so have you partnered with some like museums or stores then internationally?
We actually have jewelry now for sale at Target. It's called the Wakami Rebirth line.
That's
at
amazing.
Target, which is great.
This is a little shovel.
Well, that's an archaeological trowel, and it's
a
gift.
Trowel.
Please put your keys
thank
on
you.
them.
I'm always
Thanks.
Yes.
Very cute.
We got little trowels, guys.
We have metal workers as well who do outstanding work for us. People who do these incredible fine lines, ceramic paintings.
Beautiful.
Those are
handiwork.
beautiful.
Handiwork. So this is really, it's molded and then painted by hand. So really kind of a lot of extraordinary products, and it gives you an authentic souvenir. You'll remember your site much better with one of these than you will with a t-shirt that says, all I did was go to Peru and my parents brought back this lousy t-shirt.
Yeah, those are the worst. No one get their kids any of those anymore.
Yeah, please, buy these instead.
Right, so how are you funding these businesses in the impoverished communities?
And we're a 501c3 not-for-profit, so we raise money grants from both foundations and individuals, and then we invest in these people. We invest in their education and we invest in their businesses, but we do it in the same way that a venture capital fund would do, in the sense we're not creating dependencies. They need to achieve their own sustainability, and we've been very fortunate that our first 5 projects are already self-sustaining. We're not funding them anymore. There's this incredible group of entrepreneurs, mostly women, who are running these businesses and growing them.
And how are you finding these businesses? You're in Peru, Guatemala, Jordan. Why those countries, and how are you finding these people?
Well, we've got worldwide demand, but we can't be everywhere at once yet. We're working on that. But we kind of go where archaeologists or anthropologists or other community leaders want this kind of help. And then we try to put a staff on the ground to teach the kinds of things that we're talking about and help with the products. So the real key is to get enough community interest that they want to do this. And if the community wants to do it, they know that they need their communities to thrive, and they know they've got to build better futures for their children and their grandchildren. And they love their history. They just need to be able to eat it.
And you mentioned women a couple times. How are you specifically targeting certain women, and how are you getting them involved?
We work in very macho places. So one of the great challenge for us is to get to women, and we look for women's cooperatives. We insist that women be a significant or a majority part of what we're doing every site that we go to. So in fact, about 85% of the people that we're supporting and helping right now are women. And they're doing phenomenal work, and part of that is they don't get other opportunities.
Is there backlash from their communities about them having these new roles?
Absolutely. We usually will start in our classes with 50 people and end up, say, with 25. There's a 50% attrition rate because husbands, fathers won't let them work. But the ones who remain know it's their only opportunity, and they grab it and they run with it, and they're extraordinary people.
Do you think because you're involved in the preservation of these places where you visit, do you think that's a huge factor as to why you're so successful?
I think it's a mix. I think we understand their culture, their past, and their present. So we don't try to impose our ideas on them. we try to take business ideas and adapt them to the local community in ways that they can do it. And that's how we can reach women. We'll have classes when their husbands don't expect them to be doing other things and things of that nature. So that's what really enables us to kind of drive that train.
So can you tell us about this bag? I'm kind of curious about. Can you tell us a story about who has made this bag, what country, and what are some of the sites that are being preserved because of, you know, this one particular item?
Absolutely. This is done by a group of women weavers at a site in northern Peru called Chotuna. And the women had extraordinary skills, but they didn't know what kind of products to make, and they weren't really familiar with their site. So the iconography
I'm
on
holding
there.
it upside down.
Well, that's okay.
It still looks cool.
Oh, it's
very
get
nice.
it now.
It's like an evening
That was
bag.
like more of a satchel, but this is so
Crossbody.
cute.
Is it
Yeah,
great?
it's definitely a good crossbody. Okay.
And the iconography on there is very similar to the iconography that the archaeologists found when they excavated at the site. And it refers to the sea and seashells and sea waves is what you're seeing here. And because this site is very close to the water, and there's a great old myth of a man arriving on a boat who then conquered the area. And it's reflected in the iconography, and it's reflected in these bags.
What about some of the iconography with these pieces here?
Great. These are made by a group of ceramicists at a place called San Jose de Moro in Peru also. And this particular scene is actually a battle scene, a ritual battle scene. And then, if you can, it's hard to see, but if you look closely, there's actually blood sacrifice buried into here. So, yes.
Some heavy
There's
stuff.
a whole story there.
So it's really taking your history and making it relevant to your life today and not some abstract thing in the past.
And people can get involved and get more information on the website?
Absolutely, www.sustainablepreservation.org.
Beautiful. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for joining
Larry,
us
for
today.
joining
Very,
us.
very cool
Well,
and
thank you.
special.
It's been great. Appreciate it.